Hello. Want to make a video on this. As you may know, this is actually my favorite camera, and I want to make a video specifically talking about loading it with batteries. It may be a bit of a challenge. Have no fear, Bronco is here to help you out because I've had to do this a lot. So there are 3 different types of battery compartments for this. There's the pretty standard AAA, there's the less common AA, and then there is I think it's a 2CR5 battery. But if you have one that looks like this, we'll go over it. And then for the AA, it's pretty much the same thing, but just with AA batteries, obviously. And then for the other one, again, it's kind of the same deal, but just with a different kind of battery. So first, if you get your camera, just like this, it's not working. What you want to do is remove this. You can use your fingers if you want to, or prefer a nickel. It usually fits here pretty well. And what happens a lot of the times is if they're sitting for too long, the corrosion will kind of get through to here and make it kind of stick. So you might need to use something like this or like a flathead screwdriver to really crank it loose, but it just tightens into that hole right there. So then remove this part. Just lost a piece of the camera. And then this is the BH70S, use AAA size, alkaline batteries only. So that's what we have here today. Now to load the batteries, we're going to start off with this here. This is just how I do it. So push down on that, positive side goes up. And then you can see here, maybe, that there's actually the outline for how the batteries need to be oriented. We'll just follow that guideline. The one small detail that I've always kind of appreciated is there's this small notch right here that the positive end is meant to kind of slide through. I just think that that's helpful. I think it's cool. I like little attentions to detail like that. You also notice it sits on a hinge, so that's so you can move it to the side and access this battery easily, and then move it there to get that battery. So that's why I load this one first, and then I immediately swivel it out, so that way I can just pop this one in, not have to think twice, put it back into place so it's like that as opposed to that, and then from there put this bad boy back in. Use the same nickel and or flathead screwdriver to tighten this in. I like to make it pretty tight just to make sure that the contact is good, and you can tell it is working because you get a readout on the LED there. Turn that off, just like that. Now the other things you kind of might want to look out for, I have one here that you can tell the contacts are a little bit corroded. So you want to make sure that that is not an issue, because then obviously it will not work as well. And even there, the contact to the body, you can tell there's a little bit of funk to it. So you want to be sure to get rid of that. Now again, I've talked about this before, but good way to remove battery corrosion like this, just some distilled white vinegar. I like to do like a dilution of like 3:1 with water. So just like a slight dilution, and that will really clean this up pretty nicely. You can use alcohol if you want. My only issue with alcohol, especially like the higher concentration stuff that I use, is it does have a very high drying quality to it. And this is kind of plasticky, plastic rubbery, so I just don't want to deteriorate any more than it already has been. You can tell with a lot of these grips, with age, there's a lot of wear. So I just always be aware of that. But that's basically how you load batteries into a Minolta Maxxum 7000. So again, it's the same thing if you have the AA battery compartment or the 2CRV, whatever it is, compartment. It's just different kinds, but this is the most common one. So if you're having any issues, that's kind of how you go about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a camera for sure. But anywho, I hope this helps you out. Make sure to always like leave it off if you're just kind of walking around, because these will drain pretty fast. You want to make sure that you're swapping the batteries out consistently, because the batteries drain pretty quick. And then also if you leave them in there for too long, the corrosion will spread, and then you just don't want to deal with that. Trust me, I've seen things you would not believe. So anyway, that is it. I hope this helps you out. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it as always. Catch you on the next one.